All right, so we were talking to Judon earlier about the pass rush and just the recent success. What do you feel like it really boils down to?
Really boils down to everybody being on the same page. Really having a common goal. We know early in the season we didn't really have the success that we wanted, but we just had to keep working and keep pushing one day at a time. And now it's just a matter of saying as consistent as we possibly can.
And now, as things stand, you guys control your own destiny moving forward with the playoff conversation. How does that feel going into Sunday Night Football? Jaden Daniels' big win they had over the Eagles. Just a lot on the line. What's the energy going into Sunday Night Football's game?
I don't think anything really changes. This past 4 games, I think the mentality was every game is a playoff game. And the mindset for us, it was going to be a playoff game regardless. So I think it's just about us focusing on our game plan and going out there trying to execute the best of our ability.
What do you feel like some of the keys are to disrupting Jaden Daniels on Sunday?
Honestly, I haven't watched him that much yet, but just looking at the highlight, he's a good passer. Obviously, he's kind of fast, so he can scramble and get some extra yards. So as I start breaking down film, I'll be able to tell more about it. So.
You said yesterday that you feel like there's still more left on the table for you in the pass rush. Just where do you think that this unit can go in the next couple games?
I feel like as far as we wanted to take it. So I think that the main thing for us, being consistent, not leaving some of those plays on the table. So just trying to go out there, execute every play we out there on the field.
Does it feel rewarding to, for so many weeks, it was like, when's the pass rush going to come together? And now here you are, everyone kind of rushing as one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was ever any doubt. I think obviously sometimes the media blow things into proportion. By the end of the day, even early in the season when you break down the film, it wasn't that we wasn't getting home. It just we wasn't able to finish some of those plays. I think lately that's been the biggest difference. So being able to capitalize on some of those plays out there.
Were you surprised at all what Michael did yesterday? I know everybody talks about how great he's been in practice, and you guys say it firsthand, but to actually translate on the field in a real game.
Well, I don't think I was surprised. Going all the way back to camp and OTAs, we know he can throw the football. Like ever since day one when he walked out here, and some of his early throws, I mean, everybody was impressed. So I don't think anybody was surprised seeing what he was able to do out there.
What impressed you the most yesterday with Penix?
Yeah, obviously I said yesterday too, I think there's just a little uncertainty, your first start. I remember my first start as a rookie. It's hard. You don't know what to expect. But he really came out, and I thought he was composed and confident and did a really good job in the huddle, and did a good job of leading the offense and played well. So just really impressed by the way he carried himself and performed.
Jake, you know what good quarterback play looks like. What traits or qualities have you seen even behind the scenes that he has that could indicate he's going to be that type of guy?
Just first off, he's got great character. He's just a good person, someone you want to do well for. And he works really hard. That's been obvious this whole year with him. Even though he hasn't been playing, you can tell he's been on top of the game plan and is just focused on what his role is here. And now that he's getting the opportunity to play, I think he really took advantage of it in that first game.
Did you watch the Saints game last night, or were you paying attention at all?
I watched the Tampa and the Dallas game. Yeah. I did watch that. Yeah, that was good for us. Good day for
them. What was it like watching it, like knowing there was so much invested?
Yeah, obviously rooting for Dallas. Yeah, but first it was a really good game. First of all, I mean, really entertaining to watch. But yeah, definitely pulling for Dallas the whole game, and happy they won. So now we got the tie break.
Are you yelling at the TV, or what? Were you that kind of guy, or?
Maybe not too animated, but definitely rooting for one side over the other.
So now that you guys control your own destiny moving forward, what do you feel like has been the biggest difference maker for you guys the past few games?
Yeah, I've obviously hit that little rut for a little bit, but then finding a way to win the last 2 weeks has been really important. I think really the biggest thing is we stuck to, and I guess I can speak for the offensive line too. We stuck to what works for us, and that's going to work, having fun, just really being on top of the game plan and what's expected from us. And, I think it's paid off the last few weeks. And, there's not really a shortcut for success. So we got to do the same thing this week and get back to work.
A lot of people have described Mike as stoic and poised. How do you think that could help him going into this one, which, all the implications, the storylines, and then also just his first primetime game?
Yeah, we were kind of talking today, like, this game this weekend is, I've been around here for a while, that this is as close to a playoff game since 2017, really. It was, I think, the last time we were in the playoffs. And, yeah, it's going to be a really big game against a tough opponent and a, harsh environment as well. So, obviously him getting his first start at home, I think was helpful, but, this is going to be a really big test this weekend, and a lot's going to be expected from him and myself and the rest of the offensive line and really us as an offense and a team. So, be a good challenge. I know, that's what Mike signed up for. That's what we all signed up for, is we want to be in these big moments and compete against the best in important games like this. So it's going to be fun.
I don't know if it's repeating the question or not, but playing meaningful games that matter down the stretch, because it's been a few years since you get to this point in the season you played these type of games.
Yeah, definitely. So 2017 we lost to Philly. I think we finished right at the end, near the goal line. We would have gotten back to the NFC Championship game, and haven't made it back since. So this is a big deal for me and for the organization, and this is what you work hard for and play for, because you want to play meaningful games and win championships. So we got everything in front of us now, and just got to find a way to win. And that just goes back to, not trying to reinvent the wheel or do anything different, just, getting to work. And, it's easy for me to say as an offensive lineman too, that's our lives. Just, you got to do the nitty gritty and work hard this week and be prepared for Sunday.
When you talk about the uncertainty of a first start, how much do you think it helped Mike to be behind Kirk for these months and just learn and to still have Kirk here being willing?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it for sure. Kirk's the ultimate role model and leader, and just a guy who's done it really well for a long time, and I'm sure Mike's learned a lot from him. And Kirk was nothing but supportive this week and this weekend as well, and I think that speaks a lot to his character. And so, I know he's going to be there for him again this week and this weekend, and we all got a big role to play in that.
You guys have faced Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator since he left here. Does facing him as the opposing head coach make any difference, or you kind of crossed that milestone and it's not?
Yeah, I think every week there's some huge test or something like that. Obviously, him being in Dallas, trying to think, last couple times we've gone down there, a couple of them didn't go well. But, yeah, he's a really good coach, obviously, and he did a really good job here. I have a lot of fond memories when he was here, and obviously going to the Super Bowl and stuff like that. But we want to win, so we got to find a way to get it done, regardless of personal feelings of how I might, appreciate him and what he's done here. So, the nature of the business.
With Bijan, two things that jump out at me: his vision and his patience. And I'm curious, as an offensive lineman, how do you how do you evaluate those, or how do you appreciate what he does in that way?
It's fun to admire on film. During the game, you can't see much.
Right,
yeah, everything's going on behind me, and really, I think it's a trust thing between us and them. They make us look really good. We're, each and every play is designed to obviously create some type of void in the defense and allow them to get downhill, and we're trying to set them up, and they're making us look good more than not. So he does a really good job, and he makes my job a lot of fun.